This is Steve's new assistant.
She's very helpful.
The truck just got washed this morning. When we come out, we're ready to leave, and some bird has been occupying this power line up here. So Steve's gonna go spruce her up.
After the first week of our whirlwind trip, being plagued by problems, we were very happy to slow down a little bit when we got to Spokane.
And slow down we did. And we spent 4 days with friends and family before leaving the Spokane area and logging a lot of miles to make our way all the way to the top of the Northern California coastline. We start our Spokane, Washington sightseeing adventures by visiting Riverside State Park. Our friends took us out to see the Riverside State Park area, and specifically the popular and worthwhile Bull and Pitcher Trail. With old dogs, we didn't get too adventurous, but this trail is only a 2-mile loop and includes a long swinging bridge built by the CCC. The Bull and Pitcher name comes from the large basalt structures you can view rising out of the water. There's even easy access to the water area and many other trails to continue exploring this park area. If you enjoy history as we do, there's also an old fur trading site called the Spokane House in the park. Check the schedule for visiting days and hours because it is somewhat limited. We are on our way to downtown Spokane because next on the agenda was meeting up with one of the boys. He and his wife were visiting Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we are joining them for a little sightseeing in downtown Spokane. And we are going to head over to the Riverside Park. We ventured into downtown Spokane, spent most of the day enjoying the riverfront park and eventually having dinner. After dinner, Steve and I drove Maximus out to a local boondockers welcome host who graciously had us over in their driveway. The following day, we took a short little day trip over to the Coeur d'Alene lake area. Coeur d'Alene being less than an hour's drive away was an easy day trip. There's parking around the Main Street area and at McEwen Park. The park is meant for picnics and dog romps and walking and playing and lake gazing. After 4 days in the Spokane area, it is time to head south to our next Boondockers Welcome Host stay. Along the way, we discover a pretty amazing waterfall. Palouse Falls is in eastern Washington. It runs through here and drops 200 feet to a bowl before swiftly winding through a gorge of basalt to its southern end at the Snake River. Carved more than 13,000 years ago, it is one of the last active waterfalls on the Ice Age floods path. It is time to leave our hosted parking spot and get to our Harvest Toast location for the evening. But with some time to kill, we discover one of many parks along the river. We're here, goes along the river coast at Rock State Park and the other beach. So there's a couple swimming beaches here. And then there's the state park. In hindsight, we should have pulled the kayak out. It was such a nice flat water section of the Columbia River. Blenaway Ranch is a huge working 5,000 acre farm that not only farms wheat, but obviously some power with all these wind turbines. As you can imagine, with no one around for 5,000 acres, it was very quiet. And I almost felt as if these towering sentries were guarding us. We had a lovely evening glow across the fields, and in the morning, we picked up fresh eggs and hot cinnamon rolls from our host. If you're familiar with Harvest Toast, in exchange for the overnight spot, you contribute to the business. From the wind farm, we move along the Columbia River to Portland with a couple wine tasting stops along the way. We stop in the Hood River area for the first wine tasting downtown and then continue on across the river. After catching up with friends in Portland, we continue further south through Oregon. We enjoyed our few days of downtime and socializing, but now it is time to get back on the road. Unfortunately, fire season is here, and our travels had us moving just south of a pretty big fire in southern Oregon. We got caught up in heavy smoke until we made our way over to the mountains and the coastal area. Well, after all that slow mountain driving, it was definitely a relief to arrive at this visitor center, which is the destination for the end of this part of the trip.
Yeah, we're in very northern California, where we just came in from Oregon, and we're following along the Smith River, and we've come into some groves of redwoods, looking at the big, mighty trees. This is actually Highway 199 from Oregon, not the 101 just yet. We still have a few more miles to go down the road. It was a windy road, but it was pretty good traffic, and there was a lot of smoke because there's fires now to the east of us, and the smoke is basically dissipating around here. It's not too bad.
Maximus says it's time to go. Along with the Redwood Groves, of course, there's lots of beautiful California coastal views to take in, and hopefully we remain problem-free. Or do we? haven't seen my wife.